Hi, this is Rasheen Collins with the Voice of Experience podcast. And in today's episode, I'm not prepared. I have no idea what I'm going to say. I kind of do, but I feel I'm winging it a bit. And that is not something that I would normally do. Are you somebody that you really feel you need things to be perfect before you will take the action? And so you sit for a long, long time, maybe getting more experience. Maybe you feel that, you need to just take the time, that you need to just do another course. And you keep putting it off and putting it off. If that's you, then stick around. This episode is definitely for you. So I'm Roisin, and this is the Voice of Experience podcast. And I really wanted to talk about perfectionism, um, and how it can really be limiting in life. I know for myself, when I wanted to start this podcast, for instance, I had to begin with, I was absolutely terrified. And I felt there's absolutely no way I can do this until I have the technology experience, until I have the experience of, you know, doing many, many, many episodes, until I've mastered the platforms that I would have guest speakers on. And the list just went on and on and on. And I realize it's got to be about now. It has to be about now. Because I've got a pattern, and I've had a pattern in my life where I just kind of will, I go from thing to thing, to career. So I've started off as, I think, a beauty therapist. Yeah, a beauty therapist. I did that for a few years. I've been a nurse. I've been a fitness teacher. I've been a yoga teacher. I came to Bali as a raw vegan chef. I've taught English. And all the while, it's like I feel it's not enough. I need to do another course and another training and another retreat until I'm ready. And I'll give you an example. This particular podcast was something I have wanted to do for so many years. But there has always been the excuse that I have just shared, along with, comparing myself to other people, comparing my age. It's like I'm 67. I am far much older than most podcasters out there, or people that are starting out. I don't have the experience. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not this, I'm not that. It just goes on and on. And it's all about being in the future. Well, when I do this, then I can do it. Or when I have enough experience under my belt, then I will do it. Or, if I perhaps go on somebody else's podcast, that will give me experience. And in the end, I just do nothing. And, I would just justify doing nothing. And basically, what I saw was it was just fear, absolute fear at failing, fear of not getting it right, fear of making mistakes, fear of looking stupid, fear of failure, fear of success. And this is a very common human trait that we're all guilty of. We want to do something. We have this vision that we really, really want to do, but we make excuses and we justify it, and we live in the fear, and we just will not step out of the fear. And sometimes it's because we don't have the support, or sometimes it's because we just lose apathy, we just lose motivation for it. But I know for myself that I do have the support around me, and people just say, you can do it, you're good enough, you're capable enough. You learn. And then when I see other people that have done the things I want to do, they started from scratch. They hadn't got a clue. They had to learn on the job. But I guess the difference was that they had this inner confidence in themselves. They had this knowing that they were capable of doing it. And, it would take time, but they persevered, and they just got up and they tried again, and they, would fall again, and they would find another solution. And I'm seeing that that is, what I'm learning how to do. Because in the past, I would just give up. I would just give up because as a child, I never had the support around me. If I did something, if I was doing my homework or anything like that, I would never have anybody to turn to ask for guidance. And so I learned to be very self-sufficient and reliance on myself. And of course, that doesn't work. We're not an island. We need support around us. And if our family of origin never gave it to us, then we kind of create a family with other people around us who will you know, help us on our journey. And that's what I've had to do. And I see more and more that I am capable. But what I have to face is this limitation of fear that is there every step of the way. And I'll face one thing, like starting this podcast, for instance, and then I can relax. And then when I have to do another episode, the fear starts again, or something else. And it may be like that forever. But, each time we do it, we start to build that muscle and that capability that we can do this. And it's making that commitment to ourselves over and over and over again. And, stepping up, showing up when we really don't feel ready, because I don't feel ready. I'm doing this on Zoom at the moment. I'm winging it. I'm not editing. I'm just talking from my heart. I'm making short little videos. I'm learning on the job how to do guest videos, which hopefully I will do very soon. And right now I'm just doing it this way. And it's not perfect by any means, but it's how I'm doing it and it's how I'm learning. And it's about how I'm just showing up and committing when I just don't want to. When I think, oh, but it's rubbish. It's not, it's how is this going to serve anybody? How will this help people? But all I can do is share from my heart and my experience. And it's all about taking small, little bite-sized steps. Every day I do something towards the vision of my podcast. Every single day. It may be just 15 minutes. And that's what you could do as well. If you have a vision, you need to do it now. There is no tomorrow. It's like time is so precious. We don't know how long we have, any of us, even if you're young. You have no idea. It's about now. And just working towards our vision, even if it's 5 minutes a day, just taking a step and another step and another step, and never giving up from that. With that, it just It's the commitment to ourselves. It's building that commitment muscle, that devotion to ourselves over and over again, and taking the action. Because for years I would say, oh yeah, I really want to have I really want to have a podcast, and I really want to have this, or I really want to have that. But it was all talk. There was no action there. And it's about action. It's about taking these baby steps. And then, acknowledging when we do, like acknowledging to ourselves, that was bloody good, Roisin. Well done. Well done for doing it. And, maybe even celebrating our little wins that we have. And if it wasn't perfect, so what? The next time it'll be better, and the next time it'll be better. I mean, if you think about all these incredibly successful people, let's say musicians or artists, it's pretty sure at the beginning that things weren't so great. They had to perfect their craft. And it's the same as everything that we do. We have to perfect it. But that means doing it over and over again and it not being great. And that's okay. And it's kind of facing that, shame of it not being, for me, I'm feeling, oh, but when I compare it, or when I, listen to it, it's like, oh no. But that's okay. It just does get better. But if I was just to sit back and do nothing, it'll never happen. So my little challenge to you is that whatever vision that you might have, and it could be anything, it could be baking cakes, it could be learning how to um, draw, it could be learning how to drive, it could be, I don't know, write a book, anything, only you will know that. To take 5 minutes out of your day, no matter what, and try it for like 21 days. I am going to commit to my vision, to my goal for 21 days, 5 minutes every day. I will do it no matter what, no matter, even if I don't feel well, even if I'm in bed, whatever, I will still be able to do 5 minutes, and see how you feel at the end of this. Because, always there's this self-talk. We have this negative self-talk that will just bombard us with stories that, oh, I'll wait. Oh, I don't feel so good today. Oh, maybe tomorrow. Oh, oh, I really fancy. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I'll watch this now. And it goes on and on and on. But 5 minutes a day, 21 days, you can even have a little chart where you tick it off and put it in the comment. I want to hear, I really want to hear what your goal is, what your vision is. And I would really want to, yeah, just share briefly the limitations that you face. And if you start doing the 21 days, I want to know how you got on. I really do. And if you like this video or this podcast, hopefully it will be a video soon because I want to make video as well. Please subscribe and follow and share with your friends. And until the next episode, have a great week. Bye now.